So just to confirm with everyone, zombie apocalypse, we all come to the office, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And bring food.
I mean, if that living in an IKEA is still an option, that might be a good
So
one
go to the
too.
mainland?
Yeah, I
In a
guess we have to
zombie
get over-
apocalypse?
Yeah, we have to
Oh,
get
yeah.
over to the mainland. That's
It's a long way.
Yeah. What if we could start our own IKEA during the apocalypse?
Just build
I mean,
it out of Lego.
we'll have a lot of time.
Yeah.
We'll get very bored.
Yeah.
We've got like a reasonably good percentage of an IKEA in this room right
Yeah.
now.
Anybody need Billy?
Well, because without saying which direction, I know there's a flat surface that's like a parking lot near
There's
here
a flat surface near here. Yeah.
that we could build quite a Lego building on.
Yeah, that's true.
It's BC, it's hilly, okay? If you didn't get it, I'm sorry, right? It's flat.
It has actually kind of been my plan that if anything ever happens here disaster-wise on the island, I'm like, okay, so if I go to university, but if I can't go there, I go to the moon base. Like, if I can't stay in my house, I go out of the university because it's higher up, or I come to the moon base because probably people will congregate there.
I remember this was like maybe a decade ago or whatever. There was like a big power outage in Victoria, like the whatever. Like I think it was like the entire like southern island went out.
Oh yeah.
And it was that thing where like I was thinking you're still thinking about like being on an island here, right? We're connected. You know, we've got these big cables connecting us to the mainland in various ways and stuff. But it's like if something catastrophic happened, like chances are Victoria wouldn't be like a target for, you know, some sort of nuclear armaments.
Yeah.
Well,
So what would happen? Like, what would happen from our perspective is just, you know, the ferries that bring the food in the morning wouldn't come.
yeah.
And it would just there would be just like no information. It would be just like, huh.
Yeah, unfortunately, we actually have like a naval base, so we.
That's true. We are
And you
vulnerable.
know, we're kind of the seat of government, you know, for our area.
Glory, I forgot about all that.
Seat of
all
government. The seat of government for
You know, feel
BC.
better, I guess.
You know.
We test our torpedoes, you know.
Yeah, because I've lived remote in British Columbia. My apocalypse plan has always been very simple. It's an inflatable boat with a bottle of wine,
Yep.
and it's up in the ceiling so that because when the tsunami comes,
Right.
Yeah.
and the other really important thing, and I'm not kidding, it's there, is a big bundle of rope.
Right.
yeah.
Always need rope.
Because you want to tie off to the tallest tree and ride that tsunami. You're going to ride the tsunami.
Yep.
Now, if it's all going bad, that's when you crack open that bottle of wine, right?
Right.
Then you drink the wine and you use the.
Then you don't care.
And then you break the bottle and use it to cut the rope so you can just go out to sea.
That's right. That is, you have exactly understood my.
Beach, what are you gonna break the bottle on?
Kiss my own head.
I know.
Knock myself out. Cut the rope before I pass out. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, the
There's an order of events here
Yeah,
that
to try to
could
get this
get.
in order. Yeah.
The interesting thing about, you know, talking about the, like, we do have the Navy base here. And
What Navy base?
during the Second World War, there was concern that like we would be a target.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so there's a place called Fort Rod Hill and a few other places that actually we've shot at a couple times. We've shot a bit of things.
We shot footage.
Yeah, we've shot footage.
Haven't
Not
gone out and shot at Fort Rod. Yeah.
You're right. I heard that completely.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. So there's in certain areas around Victoria, there's all these like giant concrete sort of embankments that are, you know, all abandoned now. Fort Rod Hill is sort of a historical site now, where they have a few sort of things and stuff. So they had this idea. I don't know if it like ever actually. I don't think it was ever used, but they had this super sweet idea, or the super sweet thing if they had this cannon that hid behind the wall.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was like a cannon. Then the mounting and everything is there, but the cannon's
Secret?
gone now.
It was like in Minecraft.
Yeah, it was like a
secret
cannon
Oh.
that would sit on like behind the wall, and then it would come up over the wall,
Right.
fire, and then drop back down.
To be reloaded and
Yeah.
So it was a turtle cannon.
Or a coward
But it
cannon.
was but Fort Rod Hill I don't think I don't think anything was ever fired upon or fired at anything. So it was just like it's there if we need it, but we didn't.
I did see someone in chat say, "Does Loading Ready Run have a corporate disaster plan?"
Thank you for that
Yeah,
question.
thank you. Yeah, it's get under something solid.
Oh, out of this room where all the lights are, I would assume.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I don't know. The rig might help the ceiling stay up.
it's true. Yeah, we might have a few extra seconds to get out of here to somewhere else. Absolutely.
Okay,
Go
Beach,
for the
because
table.
you're familiar with this, and I'm only a little scared, but am coping.
Sure.
Which bathroom would you hide in?
I'd probably the one with the washlet. Because I'm gonna need to clean myself off if there's an earthquake.
Whole lot of cleaning
That's-
to do.
That's like a Twilight Zone style, like, oh no,
There was time now. Like,
yeah, but it's like, oh no, there's been a disaster. Well, luckily I'm in here with the washlet, and then the power goes out.
Yeah.
You're like, no! There was time now.
All right,
Time.
that goes in a chussel.
Yeah.
The
What you need is a UPS for your washlet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it starts making a really
Oh yeah,
horrible
with that
beep.
battery thing, right?
yeah, battery
Yeah, but
backup.
you've got a
like,
little
oh
bit
my-
of time left,
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The-
could wash my ass before I kiss it goodbye.
Exactly.
I-
Well, you don't want it to be dirty if you have to kiss
It
it.
would not be appropriate.
Full-on gas generator in there.
I mean, something's gonna be a gas
Beej,
generator.
I hear
in
a
there.
lawnmower, Beej. I hear a
Peter,
lawnmower.
are you growing potatoes?
Back in, I think it was 20, or I think it was, it would have been like the year 2000 or possibly 99, was where the biggest earthquake that we've had on the island in my lifetime.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't very big, but it was like
Yeah,
noticeable.
there was like an earthquake last month. It was fine.
Yeah, the biggest one. So
Yeah.
it was big enough that it was like noticeable.
Yeah, I remember that one actually.
And I was in school at the time, and as I've said before, I went to a private school, so we're all in uniform and sitting and stuff, and so it's you start hearing this rumbling, and I could see the blinds like the Venetian blinds like swinging back and forth and stuff, and we're all sort of looking around, and then it was a private school. It was math class. I put up my hand and I was like, sir, should we get under our desks? And he was like, yes, I think we should.
Right.
And then just suddenly everyone goes, whoosh.
It's a piece of life I didn't grow up with, because when you grow up on the prairies, it's tornadoes is what you worry about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not a
We
lot
never
of
had drills for that.
Yeah, earthquakes and tsunami.
Yeah, my town I was born in had an air raid siren because we were close to the Arctic Circle.
Cool.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
I remember watching there was a movie I saw at like the Omnimax theater in Vancouver, like they had the big
Yeah.
circular IMAX called The Ring of Fire,
I love the
Narrated-
Ring of
That was
Fire.
great.
narrated by Patrick Stewart.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I think I saw
But
that more
it-
than once.
But it didn't slip my notice that on all the diagrams of The Ring of Fire, it goes right through us.
Yeah. We're on that ring.
Which is
Yeah.
the ring of that's the name for there's basically a ring.
It's the sublimation zone of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, or the edge of the.
Nice words.
What?
It's the edge of the tectonic plate, I guess. It's the
Yeah.
Pacific. Yeah.
I was looking at like pictures of all the major plates in the world, right?
Right.
And so you see like the Pacific plate and like all these other ones, and it's like the Juan de Fuca plate is this tiny little thing,
Yeah.
but it's still big enough to be considered a major plate. I'm like, there's all these other plates that are super big, and of course, multi-continent kind of thing. And then there's a little.
It's not the
tiny,
size that counts.
Yeah, it's like the little tiny Wanda Fuga plate that's going to be so much trouble.
So much trouble.
It's the motion. isn't it?
Yeah, the motion in the ocean. Yeah.
It did make me think. I'm like, I wonder if because it's so small that if it did start to move around a bit, it's like, well, I can go any direction. I move around a lot easier than all the bigger plates. So, but then it's like, well, can it's going to get forced around its little brother, so it gets forced around
It's
a lot
gonna
more.
get shoved. Yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Well, just because you don't know me that well, Beach, I will tell you that I am part of some New Age hippie group.
Oh yeah.
And we do go up to the plate and, energetically put Jello in between.
Ah.
Right.
Give it some dampening.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it.
Lubricate.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah, we chose Jello.
It's accessible,
metaphorically.
everyone can get
If
it.
everybody's got to imagine something,
Yep.
it's something you gotta, and we picked green Jello because I don't know, we just all like green.
Green's
There's-
good.
Yeah.
I like green Jello.
So yeah, we've had a couple pilgrimages up to the line.
there's a semi recurring
Serious or not?
political party in Victoria called the Rhino Party.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, I was part of the Rhino Party. On
That a large portion of their platform was the idea of towing Vancouver Island over to Hawaii.
And they
They
also
don't
wanted
know
to
islands,
move
right?
the Rocky Mountains, make a parking lot out of Manitoba, build a big fence so the bees couldn't get us from the States.
Ooh.
Yeah, those killer
Uh,
bees. They were scared
Yeah,
about
those killer bees. And also, yes, subduction zone. I'm sorry, chat.
The rhinoceros party came out of a group of engineers that you had.
One of them is like
Oh.
one of the
And-
founders of Cirque du Soleil. And
Yeah,
yeah.
and we used
That
to have
checks
these I'm not okay. So I may have BS'd earlier.
Sure.
But this one is more
Oh, I believe
less
it.
BS.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hung at U of T, and so the meeting room where we met had what we refer to as the rhinogerie.
Oh.
So if you could find a broken and or beautiful rhinoceros that you could add to the rhinogerie, yeah, there's some pretty crazy conversations going on in that room.
The Rhino Party only not quite as popular as the All Night Party,
Oh.
which was a officially registered civic political party for at least a couple of elections. They didn't have a really complicated platform, you might be
No.
surprised to know.